Hey guys, it's Evan the Cat King here with another What If Total Drama video. Today we're doing part 1 of the What If Pahkitew Island came before All Stars. So this is What If Pahkitew Island characters were in Total Drama All Stars. And so that's what this whole thing is going to be about. I'm going to do 2 parts for this one because I kind of went a little overboard here. I went a little overboard. I could have just added a few Pahkitew Island characters to the already existing All-Star season and probably could have been done right then and there. But I decided to just completely create a basically brand new season. 30 contestants. That's how many people I have. Now, with that in mind, I don't think I'll be able to finish the whole season in 13 episodes, so I'm basically creating an entirely custom season for the single What If video. So that's basically why this is going to be 2 parts. I have the first, the pre-merge. That's what this episode is. It's the pre-merge, and yeah. But let's get into it. So 30 campers, $1 million. Now here we are changing up the teams because with 30 players, I think we need 3 teams because 15 people on one team seems like a lot. So we have the villainous vultures, the heroic hamsters, and the neutral narwhals. We got Alejandro, Duncan, Scott, Lightning, Max, Heather, Joe, Anne Maria, Sugar, and Scarlett over here on the Vultures. We have Owen, DJ, Mike, Cameron, Brick, Lindsay, Zoe, Dawn, Jasmine, and Ella for the Hamsters. And Harold, Cody, Sam, Dave, Sean, Gwen, Courtney, Lashana, Izzy, and Sky for the Narwhals. So I think we'll stick with the same challenge for this first episode. It's diving off the giant cliff and grabbing a key, and if that key works on the big mansion, then, well, yeah. So, yeah, then for this challenge, it'll come down to who the pusher is. Because, yeah, of course, the most important part is getting the keys. But, I mean, I think if you have a bad pusher, then then you can't get as many people going. And that means, I don't know. So I believe that we have, Joe's gonna stay as the villain's pusher. But this time, Breck is gonna be the hero's pusher because him and Joe have their little rivalry. And then for the neutral narwhals, I think someone like Lashana probably. I see Lashana pushing for the team. I think she'd very well perhaps do that. I don't know. Who knows? I feel like she might be the kind of person to get herself out of the dangerous part. Actually, maybe Dave would try to do that. I feel like it would be either like Lashana or maybe Dave to avoid having to jump into shark infested water because he's a coward. He's a loser. And neutral narwhals are going to lose this one. They have to send someone home, and the person going home is Dave. Dave is going home first episode. Get him out of here. He's probably been complaining about being back in the game, having to share a team with Sean and Sky especially. This will result in everyone just getting really sick of him. He's complaining. I could see him doing the same thing to someone like Gwen or Courtney as he did to Sky, and them just really not taking any of his crap. He's 100% getting out here. Mud, grease, and a whole lot of hurt. Don't judge my titles. They may suck, but that's why I don't work it for the creators of Total Drama. For this episode's challenge, I looked back on previous second episode challenges. So here we have a greasy, muddy obstacle course with the teams having to cross it while handing off the 3 hats/masks. One is a samurai helmet and one is a monster mask, and the final is a hockey mask. I once again think that the villains have a pretty easy time getting through and winning the challenge, because even though they have weaker people like Max, they easily make up for it with people like Joe and Lightning. Now, I think that the heroes will lose this challenge because the Narwhals have a lot of fast people who can get through things pretty easy. Now, I think that Ella will get targeted and sent home. She is probably not too helpful in the challenge, and yeah. I see her singing and getting annoying fast, and I don't think she would have done too well in this challenge. That's basically it. Dodge Brawl 2.0! This episode has the return of the Season 1 challenge, but this time we have 3 teams, and it's over the ocean. So if you get hit and end up in the water, then you're out. But if you don't fall in the water, then you are still in the game. This has it so that the first team to fall off loses the challenge and sends someone home in the end. I think that the villains will lose this challenge because even though they have athletic people like Lightning, the other teams have Owen and Harold, with the villains losing Scarlet will take the opportunity to get rid with the villains losing. Scarlet is going to take the opportunity to get rid of Max. He's by far the weakest member, and so it's definitely going to be easy to eliminate him. He's also another annoying Pahkitew Island character. Evil Dread. This is an episode that is in the actual season. This is the challenge where they dig it for the statue parts and build it up on the platform. I feel like the villainous vultures will lose here because the heroic hamsters win originally, and I see Izzy getting the hermit crabs to help her dig or something to help them win. Oh, I guess Dawn can do that too. Also, Lightning probably screws up with counting as well and gets himself voted off here. So, villains start out strong and then lose 2 challenges in a row. Fiery Flight. This will be the challenge that was supposed to happen in Revenge of the Island, but Heather ruined it. This time they have both to build something for the whole team to fly on. Both the heroes and the villains have people who are very smart and can come up with good flying machines. This causes the neutral narwhals to lose the challenge and vote someone out of the game. They will vote out the weakest teammate, who is Sam, because he is lazy and is obsessed with his games. And now we keep on going. Food Fright. Time for Pancake's challenge. Neutral narwhals are regretting eliminating Sam now, I'm sure. I think the neutral narwhals will lose here because even though they don't have anybody truly bad at this challenge, the other teams have good at combinations of people. Owen is on the heroes, and they might be able to sneak in some Mama Spice from DJ. The villains have Sugar, Scott, and Alejandro, who have all shown good prowess in this situation. The neutral narwhals are going back to the elimination ceremony once again. I think this means that Sky or Sean will be on the chopping block. I think they would target Sean here because he would be a target later on thanks to Jasmine, and he's a previous winner. Because, at least in my canon, I refuse to allow Sky to be the canon winner of Pahkitew Island. The Rejected Olympics. This will be a rehash of both the finale of Total Drama Island and the Olympics Challenge from World Tour. We have the events from the finale and a few more new ones added as well. Each challenge will have one person compete on each event. I think the heroic hamsters will lose here because the people who compete will be random and they'll get unlucky with Cameron and Lindsay getting put for the events. They go on to the vote and get rid of Lindsay because she's not the strongest player, and she's also not smart like Cameron, so there's not too much use for her. Kitchen Crisis, another returning challenge from Season 1 because it's time for the cooking challenge, but instead of normal food, they are given random ingredients from the nature or from mutant food of sort. So each team needs to create an appetizer, entree, and dessert like in the original. The heroic hamsters come in first because they have Cameron and DJ. Cameron made a great food in the one Revenge of the Island food challenge, and DJ is... Well, he's DJ. He could he would be a good replacement for Chef. Then the losers will probably be the neutral narwhals because they have less hands working on it, and I feel Scarlet would help her team out. The neutral narwhals will have to vote someone out now, and it's time to say goodbye to Sky. Pahkitew Island characters just ain't doing too good. Saving Private Leech Ball. Time for another challenge from the actual All-Star season, but this time we have 3 teams instead of 2. This time we have a third crate with only cardboard shields and leech-sized spitball straws. Like in the original, villainous vultures will get the big crate and the heroic hamsters get the medium crate and the neutral narwhals get the smallest crate. The villains will still lose because they proved that better weapons doesn't mean an automatic win. I believe that everybody will have gotten sick of Sugar and then vote her off. Yeah. Killer Night in Wawanakwa. One person from each team will be chosen to play the killer for each team and try to hunt down the other teams. The last team standing wins the challenge. Gwen and Duncan carry the vultures and narwhals to get immunity. Sadly, I think that this is where they vote for Dawn, because she hasn't been too helpful with the challenges, and everybody's probably getting weirded out by her. So yeah, sadly we have to say goodbye to Dawn here. Popping Party. Have you seen the episode of Disventure Camp where Rosa got eliminated? Well, this is very similar to that challenge. I absolutely, and also, have you seen the finale of Disventure Camp? I think it's very good. I like the outcome. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know. But they are shooting paintball guns at each other in an attempt to pop the balloons over their head with random dangerous stuff in it. Now I believe that the villains will lose this challenge just like they did with the Leech Ball challenge. Then they go to vote out Anna Maria in this episode. 1, because she doesn't really help with the challenges, and 2, because I'm sure Heather wants to get rid of her due to her being an ally of Alejandro. I see her and Alejandro, or her being drawn to Alejandro, and then Alejandro basically using her as a pawn. And so even though Alejandro is 100%, they would 100% want to get rid of Alejandro himself. I'm sure that they probably would rather keep him around over Anna Maria, because with Anna Maria, they are taking away one of his main ally, I'm assuming, and but at the same time eliminating. And then also they're eliminating someone who isn't too helpful in the challenges. Moon Madness! Yay! Happy Heather time! Woo! Just like in the original, the heroes will lose because of Micah changing into Mal in this episode. I think that this will cause Owen, DJ, Jasmine, and Brick to all vote him out of the game. Mike causes them to lose, so they eliminate him right here and there. Get him out of here! No one expects the Spanish opposition. The episode with the title that I still don't really get. But anyways, it's time for the mutants to return and for the immunity idol to be found. Now, I see basically the same thing to happen. Same thing to happen. That happened in the original. The only difference is, well, we have 3 teams instead of 2. I feel like the heroes will still beat the villains because they still have Zoe, and I think that Team Neutral will get carried by Izzy to victory as well. So Heather will find the aisle, be an idiot, and go home. That's just what it is, sadly, even if Yeah, ugh. Lunch of disgustingness. Eating challenge. We have a big giant mess of disgusting food from previous seasons, and the last team to finish will send someone home. The villainous vultures will lose this challenge because they have less people, and the other teams have members that are fast eaters. This leaves us with the 5 villains voting out. I feel like Scarlet will make a deal with Alejandro and Duncan to eliminate Joe from the game. I feel as if Scarlet wants to get rid of Joe, who's trying to be probably a bit of a leader, and she's going to team up with Alejandro and Duncan. I don't know why Duncan... I could see Duncan choosing Alejandro over Joe. They did spend some time together. They probably not too much, but I don't know. Time to shake things up. We are getting to change to 2 teams now. The neutral narwhals will be no more because then we have heroes versus villains. So we have Courtney, Gwen, Lashana, and Harold joining the vultures. Lashana and Harold are, and then Cody and Izzy are joining the narwhals. Not that, they all have more villainous qualities to them in previous seasons. Lashana in action was kind of not being very... She was kind of lying a lot. Gwen is... I don't know. She was on the villain team in the original. Courtney is the main antagonist of season 2. It's weird how she is not on the villains team from the beginning. And Harold, he rigged the votes against Courtney in season 1. Those are my reasonings. And then Cody and Izzy, they really haven't done much wrong. Now it's time for the boxing phobias challenge. Now I think that the heroic hamsters will win this challenge, and in the end, send the villains to vote someone off once again. At this point, there is absolutely nothing saving Alejandro from getting eliminated in this vote. Everybody that just joined the vultures pretty much hate him and want him gone, so he is going to be sent home here. That is just how it's gonna go, and I'm just gonna... Yeah. So I haven't come up with all the challenges yet. I need to do the post-merge challenges, but we have 3 more challenges left. Monkey see, monkey do. I'm not going to explain the challenge because I don't know what the goal is. All I know is that Izzy is going to win the challenge for her team and piss off Scarlet, who is trying to come up with smart things and then gets beat by someone who seems crazy. Now Scarlet will get people on her side to eliminate Harold over the relationship he has with Lashana. So I see Harold sadly going home here. I don't see... Courtney ain't gonna defend it. Scott doesn't really care. Duncan, he hates Harold, so... I think it's safe. I don't know why Gwen wouldn't... The only reason Gwen wouldn't vote Harold is just because she's friends with Lashana, but either way. Sucky mining. This is a mixture of 2 challenges. One is the challenge where they have to spend the night in the woods, and the other being the challenge where they have to get the Chris trophies from the cave. So they have to spend a night in the cave. These early challenges are being dominated by the heroes thanks to Izzy. Her and Jasmine's survival abilities help them win this challenge. I feel like Scarlet has been trying to take charge in the challenges and telling her team to trust her because she's smart or whatever, but now they are sick of her failing and vote her off. So that leaves 1 Pahkitew Island character remaining, and that's Jasmine. Hanging high. Time for a picnic at Hanging Dork. It's time for a picnic at Hanging Dork. Time to go bungee jumping off the cliff of Wawanakwa. They need to get something while trying to avoid getting eaten by Fang. I'm giving this challenge to the villains because they need a break. Bye, Cody. So this will be the merge. This is what it's going to come down to. We have, I think it's 12 left. It comes down to these 12, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the part 1 of two parts for this one, because I ended up making a huge one. leave a comment. Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win this just huge season of total drama that I've created here? But I think we got a good merged cast here. But let me know if you agree or disagree with some of this stuff. I don't know, but either way, I'll see you guys in the next video, part 2 for this. I don't know what, but yeah, bye.